and takes it. Zapier with some wild-looking parachutes down there. It looks like it might have lost one of the shroud lines, but a 5.70 loses courtesy of that red light. 1.30. That's a shot at the tree and a miss for John Zapier.
You know, if Tassoni had run a 5, I'd be worried that he'd be fully naked dancing on top of the roof because he promised us a dance, but then if he was to take down Zach doing it, you're just scared to think. That's a big red light.
It was a big red light, and Sassoni, he was on it, 042 on the tree. He was sharp. But you can see there's a visible head start for John Zapier. The red light comes on, and that is an instant disqualification. John Zapier, even though it's only day one of this season, that's a big moment in this championship.
You know, Tassoni is very, very good on the tree. Never been any doubt in his reaction times. Powering coming out right now for this round. Andrew Sutton in the Corvette, up alongside Russell Taylor. Sutton just tripping away. In fact, they got a text from Andrew with what in their previous run. Watch this. Can you like hold my iced coffee? Watch this. Let's get into Brian Ingerson.
Yeah, Adam went out just over 2 minutes like the next down on the roof there. A 6.20 was not
Sutton runs a 6.11. I think it rattled the system because Sutton went straight in.
Yeah, he did. I'm not quite sure whether or not he didn't have his finger on the button or whether it pulled through the line or maybe something went wrong. I don't know, but he was waiting on the start line for a very long time, was Russell Taylor. You could see he put it on the two-step, the butterflies went wide open and it just pulled through the beams. And yeah, unfortunately for Russell Taylor, that will go down in the history books as a loss there. And Andrew Sutton gets the win. Not something I thought that anybody would have expected coming into this race.
It was a pretty stout run.
Yeah, it was.
Certainly Sutton's best result this weekend and here, but...
Yeah, put it up on the two-step and it just dragged straight through the beams. And Russell Taylor, I reckon he'll be pretty filthy inside that car. That's a weird one. That is a very weird... That's going to take some explaining when we do our between...
And going to Mitch Oxley, he's got the Wildest Dragster. Sleek machine, 376 cubic inch Chev on board.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And with these indexes that you're looking at here now, the national record is about 1/10 quicker than what you see here on the screen, Matt. So we'll keep an eye on these guys down there. Mitch obviously coming over from New South Wales with that 7.20 index. That's not a bad thing. The big Dragster automatic record is a 7.108. So let's be aware of that. Peter Pesciolini, so the AA APIA is a 6.45.
Well, he hasn't even got down there yet because no one's actually set the record for AA APIA. It's a class minimum. Exactly, so no one's actually in that slot. And I reckon Peter's the only driver that can hold that class minimum.
down the deep end. The clocks are 6:78 at 293.58 k's per hour. That's his best run of the weekend. The car took off really good from the start line.
Yeah, Mitch's car didn't. He was pushed back off the start line and back behind the start line area. So there we go for Mitch Moxley.
Yeah, no, definitely. We move on now with Matt Forbes from Canadian over in Victoria. The D automatic entry out here. It's a Bantam alt down here, Matt. And they're looked after by DRAGSTERS class splashbacks. And of course, the 347 small box. 0.6 for D automatic, now D automatic, I should say. And the record is a 767. So there it is there. He's right on it. He's right on it. 767. Let's have a look and see what's going to come out of this with the index and, of course, the record.
All right, Matty Forbes, as you have said, down there from Victoria, our #1 qualifier. He wasn't at the presentation this morning, but hopefully they got the medal to him. And the check, $1,000 check for #1 qualifier as well. That's not too bad.
You're not wrong, that'd be nice. And then Forbes, he owns that record at 7.671. Yeah, and the speed is a class minimum at 165, but we're talking about that in mile per hour, not the Ks. That was done over, actually his record was reset on the 1st of 2024 here at Dragway at the Bend.
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
That?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so well done to you, Matt. But we go back down to the start line, and what a beautiful looking orbit down there on that screen. Take a look at that in the afternoon sunlight out here. Of course, Dragway at the Bend, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep an eye on Matty Forbes coming out right now. Let's have a see if he drives it right out the back door.
Yeah, I think he will. He's that type of guy. So we'll see what Matty Forbes can do. Great guy. And he competed the Look and see how he's going.
Yeah, good reaction to 083 and a 7 from Bellbowie over in Queensland. The B altered bike, he's got an index of 8.66.
Well, this guy here is a cool customer as well. Qualifying position number 3. CC engine on board the Rascal race engines, and racing is life entry.
Absolutely, the index an 8.66. The record is an 801, so 6/10 quicker than the index out here. But Ken runs off the index, obviously. Let's see if he can run right on that index or even a bit better. It'd be good to see. Watch the wrist action down here, Matt.
Yeah, pretty
That's a good ride, the single ride. We go down to the end of the racetrack, the clock's 7.89, way under the index, a 7. For a long time, we were just crawling before we learned to walk, so it's going extremely well. Stevie Norman coming back down the return road, that beautiful BMW just glitters and shines underneath the afternoon sunlight out here at the racetrack.
Yeah, great work, Steve Norman and your team over there on board the BMW M3. And I'm pretty sure you'll have the record as well coming up to you at some stage in the very near future.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and BMP automatic, and great to see that with Steve Norman here this weekend. Good work, Steve, and of course Ryan Lee and all your crew coming out here for the weekend. Let's go back to the bike ride. Good launch. Wrist action was working pretty good.
Yeah.
See the double B comp bike.
Language.
Yeah, the double B comp bike going out. Let's have a look. It goes to 684. Wow. The crowd on a Sunday afternoon out here, of course, enjoying themselves and bringing it all in. And this particular event will be Aeroflow Sporting Championship this afternoon. And nice to have it all going. We're going to move on now, man. Yeah, so much more cattle and Bob Sherry coming into the full race representative. And he's the #6 qualifier in Supercharge down. 6.61 is living in the Summit Racing Lane.
Yeah, good stuff out there. Seeing Supercharged Outlaws brought to us by ULX 110 Custom Blend Oil.
I do apologise for the index for the time and the 6.61 from the previous group build we just had out there.
They do click around these numbers out big time. You should see the numbers we've got on the screen, folks. And they go out here and disappear pretty quickly.
You're going to be a spider with many, many eyes.
You better get the full work out here.
But it's all good. Bob Sherry out here, you see, he's got a 1.19 handicap down there in the Chevy Monza. And today's Bob with the 50 homes sponsorship on board that car over 25 years. That's not a bad sponsorship deal.
Is that Lisa down there on our Gopher as well, watching behind the start line?
Yeah, that's Lisa down there, absolutely. And great to see the girl here puts him away. A 6.66 with a 337.02 k's per hour. Well done, Mike, with a... And there he does it. Takes the win. What a great run coming out from the boy from Tassie.
And thanks to Gear Wrench for our replays out here today throughout the...
The flag is down, we are off.
This is the biggest bike race on Australian soil.
It all comes down to this.
First time up to Lucky Hill. What a win.
Qualifier, and he's dialed in with a 7.47 there, Matt.
Yeah, it's a 7.47 as you have said there. So once again, odd number cars in the field, so a free hit. Can't lose the race, but he can get some data and see how he comes back out a little later on.
Yeah, not wrong about that, and Mark would like that because he want to drive this Cusso out the back door, so to speak. He's the sort of guy that's very, very contented when you put someone beside him. Whatever it takes, he's got to put him away. He's got to shoot him down.
That's for sure. Okay, we see the crew driving the car back beyond the start line. And currently, Supercharged Outlaw, of course, looks like Ulex custom blend as well. Ulex 110 has been blended here in SA for over 20 years. Increased horsepower and torque, increased fuel economy, and reduced engine wear. And this year, as Ulex great guy, vaccine, like that with Mark. Not only a vaccine, as a big guy has marked out pretty much the Cusso towards the start line. Labouring at all, so let's have a look. 772.
770, well, 3/10 off the dial. If you go, that's a way off. But
This thing here is incredible. Have a look at it coming out.
Have a look at the shape of this machine, Matt. This is what you call a beautifully presented race car. Have a look at that. Wow, love it. That Pontiac little badge in the front down here. We're taking a look at that Vlado Churek. And Valvoline, great products, but the Vlado Churek out here for Vlado Churek PC Limited, his own business getting behind, of course, his race car out here, Vlado. And this is the guy that last night, as we said earlier on, David Foster in the 57 Chevy, he was over the other side lane in the qualifying, did the burnout, staged, the light turned green, he took off, went about 5 metres, and boom, the differential blew up, the car got locked up on the racetrack. Took a good 15 minutes to remove it from the racetrack, got it away back into the pits. Vlado Churek, he had another diff centre at home back in Adelaide. Daughter jumping into the car, drive all the way back, brought it back for them. To the race car, finished this morning at 1 o'clock. There's the car back on the racetrack. Well done to Vlado Churek, great mate, helping out David
So
Foster.
the short story is Vlado's hoping Foster doesn't beat him in this run then.
He most probably will think I borrowed in my diff centre and he blew me away in this particular race.
Well, here we go. Top Sportsman brought to you by Olympic Industries.
A 741 dial into a 740. Nothing in on the start line. 047. Look at it. Vlado's at the top end, and let's take a look. The win goes back to David Foster. He ran a 7410 on a 7410 dial-in. That was perfect with a 074 reaction. Vlado, he went a 7444 on a 740 dial-in. His reaction was quicker, but it was a bit slower down the racetrack. I can't believe it. So, hey, Dave Foster beat him with his reaction. If that Vlado borrowed him, he would have been peaking, being like, I shouldn't have given him that differential.
Exactly. Here we go. Paul Pastor is coming back out here with his 1982 Ford Mustang. 604 cubic inches came out in no Mustang. And this one here's an SVO engine, BK race engines, and thanks to those guys for getting behind him.
Man, if that 604 cubic engine came out in the Ford Mustangs, everyone would have bought them when they came out of the production line. It's a great size engine. It's an SVO, of course, special vehicles operation from Ford with the engine. And BK Racing's, they're great engine builders too. Of course, that screwed this engine together for that Paul Partridge from Arcadia Vale there in New South Wales. It's a beautiful car down there from the earlier design for 1982. And good to see the guy coming out. He's got an index of a 7.95 in top sportsman. And as soon as the boys out there, the Mott Brigade, just clean up the front of the racetrack.
As Bob Sherry comes back down the return lane, he's even got the thumb, even though he got put away that run.
That's it, but thumbs up to all the fans out there. Well done to you, Bobby. Good to see that. And Lisa Sherry down there, his daughter, as you said, trackside. But let's go back to Paul Partridge down here on the start line.
Indeed, taking a look at the green Mustang here this afternoon. Let's have a look and see. 94. Brought to us out here this afternoon by Olympic Industries.
A 020 reaction, so real sharp there and goes a 797 on a 795 dive. That's sharp. Great driving coming out there from Paul Partridge. And he would have suffered, I would say, because he would have put him away.
Yeah, it's a good run indeed. 797 on a 795 dialing. That is some good stuff as we now move on into comp eliminator, actually, by the looks of it.
Well, we'll keep an eye on them and see what's coming our way shortly out here. No, this will be modified.
Yep.
Yeah, no, modified coming our way, and proudly brought to us this weekend by GTR Race Car Trailers.
Okay, let's have a look and see how we go for the Batman, Daniel Carranza. So he had the Batman name when he was about 10 on the side of his junior dragster, and now he carries that into the car. He added water to the junior dragster.
The junior dragster days for young Daniel over from South Morang, as you're saying, from Victoria. A modified dragster, it's a worthy dragster, and that's 615 cubes down here for Daniel. He's qualified in the second position for the weekend, and an index, or not index by diving, I should say, 7.07. Kenny Stewart down here for the Fuchs Lubricants entry. He's got a dive of a 7.50, so he's got to move off first and to have a handicap of 0.43 in his lane. And then Daniel will get the green to chase him down the racetrack.
Yeah, there the numbers are all right. And the position qualifier for Daniel Carranza is number 2. So he's qualified quite highly on board his A modified dragster. We'll see how he goes. He's a tough customer. He's not a young Kenny Stewart. He's certainly not. He's been around a long time, but he's still super switched on. So Daniel Carranza certainly up against a tough customer.
Oh yeah, and that'll test that Daniel, because Kenny is a switched on driver. Very, very tough competitor. Been racing for 20 odd years, maybe longer, for Kenny, and been around on that drag strip. So he'll use everything that he's learned over the years to put away Daniel. Let's take a look. He wants to get through this round of competition.
There we go. Carranza moves in finally.
Kenny Stewart, he drilled young Daniel with a 242 reaction. Look at the difference down the end of the racetrack.
Jeez.
Kenny Stewart down there, guess what? Kenny broke out.
He did.
He went a 747 with a 3 on that 750 dime. He wasted the 017 brilliant reaction time. We go back over to Daniel. He went a 727 on a 707 reaction. And he was lucky. He was very, very lucky. Of power plant down there between the Chevy rail, between the rails, I should say. But Corey, 7.77 is his diving. We go to Simon Barlow much quicker. He's qualified number 1 with a 6.63 for his diving out there for Barlow.
Yeah, he sure has on board his 632 cubic inch dragster of his own over in the Bullet Race Engineering Lane. Have a look at him. He's out here today enjoying himself. Number 1 qualifier We put Corey Dyson away from race 18 as this becomes back our drag strip and over the commentary position.
Well, those guys are enjoying themselves, but back to Simon Barlow. There is no sacrifice for Cooper Inches. 630 of the Sunset race engines, and big engine, one carburetor, makes a lot of power, well over 1,000 horsepower from this engine out here, with one carby on it down there. And yeah, it's been very faithful for Simon Barlow out here, Matt.
Yeah, indeed, he's raced the same combo for quite some time. We'll have a look and see the Reach Transport entry and Town and Country Solar, both pre-staged as Dyson gingerly full stage. He's left the cherry on the start line.
Yeah, no, good Simon. Corey Dyson says thank you very much for the zeros. From Martin. Chris Lilius from South Australia on board the LH Holden Tirana. A diving 10.05, 400 small block champ. He gets a 1.03 second handicap. He gets the head start. Martin is going to chase him.
Yeah, well, Martin's got an idiot to do that, so we'll see if Chris Lilius can get down the track away from the start line as quickly as possible before Martin Mirko decides he's going to put the pedal to the metal and chase him down the track. 1 point, oh, look at this burn down on the start line also. They're both sitting back there.
They're looking for a whole shot on the start line here, Matt Bumner. This is going to win or lose the drag race. Have a look, the starter puts his hands out. Get in, and you can actually disqualify him if he gets a little bit upset. They've got to get in there with a certain amount of time. Have a look, no one is getting in between the two drivers. Chris Lewis says, I don't care, I'll sit here all afternoon. Martin Mirko says, I've come a long way, mate. The big block here can wait all day. Who's going to get in there? Starter's going to move forward now. Says, you better get some action going.
He's going to look at their eyeball shortly.
Yeah.
Do the direction.
And there, if he turns around and points both of them for the last time, they'll have to go in.
Have a look at it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. This is the longest we've seen out here for this burn down. Coming on the start line, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it going to be? Who wants to see the Toronto win the drag race?
Who's going to go in first? Who will actually eventually get in first?
Absolutely. What about Mirko in the Chevrolet Camaro? He's in. He's pulled the car and says, rightio, let's get this drag race underway down here. Wow, Chris Lewis is there. He's whipped it to the finish line, no matter what. 10-0-0.
That is unreal.
But that was the longest burn down between two guys for the entire weekend. 9.05 from Martin Mirko.
They certainly will be. There you go. Have a look at that. Our little HB Tirana this time around comes up to the start line for Sean Marr. Mate, good stuff. Love it. Drag Racing's got some great excitement, hasn't it?
You're not wrong there, and that makes it so interesting how they played mind games on the start line. Well done. Lovely little HB Tirana. That was the number plate. Sean's HB was just on the main screen.
Oh, yeah.
Screen there, we missed that. But great to see it out here. A 69 model Holden HB. Just over 400 cubes, small block Chevy from St. Mary's End is on board down there, Matt.
Okay, so here he goes. He's having a burn down with himself, and he's got a 9.21
on that green light, and we'll see how close he runs to that 9.210, 9.231.
Pretty good run.
That's quite good. That would be very competitive out there if he had someone beside him. Well done. Good work there, Sean Mayer.
Yeah, good on you, buddy. Series tickets for the Street Machine. Someone at 37. Right now we're going to move in.
Ball coming in from Journatown in Victoria, driving this lovely 67 model Chevrolet Camaro. Laid quite a tough burnout in the 500 cubic Chevy down there. We go back to Rob Bergman from Angle Vale on the northern side of Adelaide. He runs the 440 small block Chrysler Stroker on board the VF hardtop. built by Bergman Brothers Racing himself out there, Rob and Frank, the two brothers, and looked after by Pete's Classic Cars and also Southwest Automatics. Got there, good drag race. This is the race from the Common Darwin, brought to good reaction from both drivers. A 016 to a 013, right on the wire. Let's take a look. Well, Robbie Bergman, 9.947 for the winning time, 232.6. Wasn't good enough. Robbie Bergman, sharp driver, well done.
Yeah, he's good at what he does, that's for sure. Here we go, Colin Griffin, once again the Common Diamond. Sleeker for a long time.
I was calling this guy over at Calder Park Raceway back in the mid-90s for Colin Griffin, with some great friends over there, Mr. Colin Russell. Colin, if you're listening, well done, my good friend. We spent many years commentary together at Calder Park, and he was a legend. Good to have you, Colin. But Colin Griffin out here from Mount Ridley in Victoria, the Toyota Celica, 572 cubic inches from the Chevy out here, and Cole, when he's under pressure, the guy... And a red light by 033 heads down towards the finish line. The clock's reveal a 9:86. So a little bit quick. If someone was beside him out there, he would have lost that drill. Okay. Look at the tyres. Good burnout. Christmas tree. Right out pre-stage coming out with both competitors.
This is the semi, I reckon, for modified bike. So we have got Dean Jamison from Victoria on board the 2008 Suzuki Hayabusa.
Right, keeping an eye on him, as you were saying, from Cassidy, and that is a place that has a street drag once a year out on the country road.
November.
That's it, gets closed off and all done professionally, but only started out in Australia. The 872 dive-in, he did a 027 red light, but we go to the clocks, 873 on an 872. Pretty good and pretty close there, Matt.
That's a good run indeed as we move on through the afternoon's program. And now we are moving back into our Super Street.
Right, yeah, Super Street Eliminator coming our way, proudly brought to you this weekend by Outlaws Speed Shop, and they're of course importers of high performance motor racing parts. Have been going for around about 46 years. Great to have them out here. Outlaws Speed Shop, Australia's best speed shop, located on the northern side of Adelaide, and they've been going for a great number of years. I said, always stocking new high quality branded name performance parts with Chevys and Chryslers and Fords. Great to have them here this weekend.
Runner of Craig and Tex Griffiths over in lane 2, the Plymouth Satellite. They've got dial-ins here, a 10.20 and a 10.30, so very little on the start line indeed. It's going to take a good drive by either of these two competitors to take the win into the next round.
Actually, 1/10 off the start line out here for these guys once again, Matt, and Tex Griffiths has been doing very well in this huge car. Love it though. Early model, of course, American muscle piece of machinery out there from 1968. The Australian little LJ Tirana out here, powered by the 400 small block Chevy. That's the pairing. We can see, of course, Craig down there in pre-stage. Here comes Tex. He brings in, of course, the satellite, getting in closer. He's in fully staged, nice and light too. Look at Warren. He's coming in so gingerly light. They're going to get a whole shot on the start line. Who can get out there? Most of the race. Isn't it? And a 200 going over the Craig Warren.
Yeah, no one here is good. Craig's going to have to pull a miracle down the bottom end, and the win does go to Tex Griffiths by courtesy of that reaction time. 10.36 on the 10.30 dial-in, and Craig Warren 10.22 on his 10.20.
Race fans, here is an exclusive Sprint National special offer. Grab a 1-year subscription to Sprint Machine, the best car mag on the planet, for half price. That's 13 issues full of the best sprint cars, events, and tech from around Australia delivered to your door. This offer is only available this weekend, so scan the QR code to get it on.
when did he just stage that car? Let's take a look at what he did there. I missed that down there on the start line. He could have staged it.
Yeah, he might have staged it and gave over the kid. That was a solo semi, I'm pretty sure, actually, because we're not too far from the finals here in these brackets. We're in the semis at the moment. So I think that's what's happened there. So we've gone from semis and the final will come out not too far away.
Well, if he did stage a car and took the green light, that's acceptable by the Andrew rule book, so that's not a great drama.
No.
But we were out off to see
Have gone this way in recent years. It's basically all the cars running a clutch. Originally, the workload, has come through hard with the clutch car.
Brewing over the top of the Winters. And big difference, back-to-back winner of the Nitro Champs. Would as good as it should have if he'd gone to Perth. You have to wonder.
And same to be used today, had that red light not happened, he may have well been in the A finals, 86 with a red light earlier today.
Jim was telling me they just haven't had the speed they wanted today, though. Since the bend, they've been trying set up after to see what sticks. No championship aspirations. They still haven't got what they wanted today. They ran a 379 to win the Nitro Champs for the first kick into the seventh after being 8s and 9s all year. Maybe now. Jim goes, let's go, boss.
Us as sport, and look at that sunset in the distance. What a weekend it's been. Chivalrous, the Premier High new lot team to wrap things up. B-final wise, the Australian Top Fuel Championship. Nice launch, strong head of flames, out the end with an 86. Squirms across the track, 386, 316 miles an hour. Pete Chivalrous in the B final.
Willowbank, please put your hands together for all the Chivalrous family and the Premier Racing team. They have been with us throughout the championship. They were phenomenal in Sydney. They all shuffled past Santo Raposada and shake the great man's hand. And Pete Jib rocking the house here. Faultless drive.
To there he had to steer it, yep. Certainly not a straight run. But 86. Magic colours in the distance, strong head of flames. Pete Chivalrous at 86 to wrap up his 2023-24 series.
Wow. What an incredible international.
Australia's latest major event is coming to the Bend as the 2024 Bend Classic goes country across 3 huge days. Celebrate all things cars, country and cabbing with music royalty Lee Cunningham and Casey Chambers to perform alongside Brad Cox, Becky Cole and more. Plus a bull throttle rodeo and motorbike stunt show, nostalgia drag racing, classic on-track action, youth muster and barbecue festival. Presented by Personal Go Parts October 25 to 27. thebend.com.au for details. Kids 15 and under free.
Before the tree was activated, so he did not take part in that race, therefore he cannot get the win points. That is the interpretation as I've been told it.
Which is why we see a very different lineup for our A and B finals, and incredibly we'll be having Alicia Gregorini and Ronnie Palumbo final just like we did a year ago. And Daniel Gregorini told me if for some reason Ronnie Palumbo stalls or has any problem in the burnout, Even if Lisa's car is on fire, he said she used to drive through it except the light.
100%.
So he said it doesn't matter, and Steph Moran said,
Sportsman Series Grand Finals here. We're going to be crowning some Australian number ones here this afternoon in that category. It's going to be fantastic.
so it is the B final for the Australian Top Fuel Championship, the National Drag Racing Championship, the second round.
I think he might have thrown the chutes there because it was still under power when the chutes came out of 489 at 238 k's per hour. There was a cylinder out right from the hit of the throttle there for Kyle Putland on the right hand.
Yeah, like we've just had like crazy thing after crazy thing after crazy thing happen, and nothing. Yesterday at the test session, we had that short block in it, and those set of cylinder heads on it. Like that supercharger, we haven't touched. Like we've just all those parts, the parts we started with the weekend. Like we've got an amazing engine package.
And I think the Spring Nationals has thrown everything at you, and you've done a really great job. You've been really resilient, and we cannot wait to see you at the next round. Well done.
Yeah, thank you, and yeah, thanks to the fans, Works Equipment, Grizzly Maintenance Group, Speed Talk, Harness Tech, Hydraulic Technical Solutions, Redline, local to South Australia, all.
Strikes first in the new championship. Phil Reed will take home the big trophy, 376. That's their third time in the 370s this weekend. And I think we're going to have a pretty happy and a pretty emotional Bruce Reed down there as well. Plenty of hugs all around. A 4:07 best run of the weekend for Justin Walsh, 512 k's per hour, and a 4:16 with the shoots out way early for Morris McMillan.
It was still monster trucking with the shoots out for the majority of that run. 4:07, put your hands together for Queenslander Justin Walsh. Everybody giving Phil Reed a big round of applause as he comes back as well. What a weekend this has been. Walsh rips it through. Boy, there's going to be some head scratching going on with the Aeroflow rocket team.
You would have to think that for Morris McMillan, that would have been a mid-390 at least with the shoots out that early. That car was on.
Everybody here. So as they wrap everybody up into a big group, everybody standing behind you, why don't you get up on your feet and put your hands together for an amazing job for the Jim Reed Racing team. I love these South Aussie fans, mate. They get into everything here. What a great shot that'll become.
That's passion. That is so good to see.
Over the curb.
Yeah.
Straight to the pool room. This kind of moment. Very, very cool indeed. Boy, Walshy, that was a lot better. Man. Morris McMillan, I can't believe what's going on there. Sorry, Nate, I didn't hear you. So, plenty of merriment. So here's one more look at your gear wrench replay and Justin Walsh. Stoney with a 5 for Murray. But what a moment for Josh Ladd. After 3 rounds only, he emerges with a gold Christmas tree here at Dragway at the Bend. He'll be coming down to do his presentations here in just a moment. And special. Adam Tassoni with him. Tassoni will win regardless. He'll pick up the points for winning the deep final. What he does from here is anyone's guess. Attempt to get after it, or is there not what he wanted? Because normally Matt is pretty ferocious with those burnouts.
Yeah, that is for sure. He's known for it. So we'll see how he reverses back behind the start line area, and we'll see how Matty Abel does up alongside Adam Tassoni for the big final of the Motorsport station.
Tassoni pickpocketed him a 6:39 with a 7. He won't get the 5 he wanted, but it'll be a win over a... Tassoni gets through. So now it's time for your C final. And there's plenty to play for in this one. with a 5. Capirus gets it done. 5:59 for Russell Taylor. Capirus going, we'll take that. Wow, 5:59. Reaction time was a .443 for Russell. Not at all what we'd expect there, but that thing was a bullet towards the end. Capirus, just clinical. Zappia, who started the weekend out in all sorts of discomfort, is now firing back to try and tack out the B final. Gregorini almost drove to Murray Bridge on the burnout. Not what we expected. Love this year. Not that Zap wasn't ever allergic to a big skin, but the king of big skins, Victor Bray, tuned in and watching on 7 Plus and Victor again. Yeah, not bad. Victor always gives a laugh. Pretty well going almost to the length of the quarter mile back in the day. So, what a battle this is. Finally, Daniel Gregorini just for one. His wife is about to compete in the A1 with Monty Palombo. With a 6 for John Zappia, 573 with a 7. Please put your hand together for John Zappia. Boy.
Well, there you go, 565, 407 kilometres per hour. Unbelievable stuff. Well,
Otherwise, it's a Groundhog Day movie. Everybody feeling it. You can see Pat Carboni standing in the background as well. Young Charlotte running the back. Lisa. Sydney versus Western Australia. Lisa has yet to win a gold Christmas tree. What a moment for top door slammer racing. Look at the girls. The emotion between them all here.
Out here once again, Zane from Albion Park Rail up in New South Wales. He's got the dial in there at 8:01 in the Summit Racing Lane. Going back to the four races that are over Seth. The dial in at 7.98. A .03 handicap goes to Zane down in the Summit Racing Lane. Let's give it on the G's. This is it. The final one coming up now with Junior Dragsters. Right over both these machines. 3 stage lights bolt for both on. Let's have a look. It's going to be a third down for the 2 juniors. It's there. Let's give it on them. As they get themselves organised out here. Time is 58 and the junior driver is taking a full pole with double pole. Here we go. Seth Jarvis is taking it off down there in the full lead. Let's see if I have Zane Duncan Dello down here from New South. The final. We go back to Zane Condello out here. A winning time, 8:05 on an 8:01 dial in. We go back to Seth Jarvis over here, 8.117 on
Day presentations will happen as the competitors come back in the return lane of Will Day as well presented track and a great background for the presentations. Here we go.
We go on now, we're moving into a Super Street Eliminator for the final. Who's it going to be? Andrew Wake from Ballarat in Victoria. He's down in the Bullet Race Engineering lane. He's got a dial in, 11.60. But Tex Griffiths from North Curl, the guy there, and the big lovely eye, the big machine, the Plymouth Satellite. He's got a dial in, 10.30. 1.30 handicap goes to the wagon. Tex, your big machine coming from North Curl. You're going to make a win this evening? Let's take a look. Spring Nationals, Super Street, final on the start line. Keeping an eye here right now, of course, as I was saying, with Andrew. And Andrew out here, the shopper special, that wagon. Can you take the goal? There we go. It's Tex Griffiths, ladies and gentlemen, from New South Wales. I tell you right now, well done to that team coming over. The winning time.
Momentarily and also some presentations to make shortly for Junior Bike.
Right now, I'll go back to the start line down here, Matt. You're operating feverishly on the paperwork at the same time. Brilliant stuff coming out, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue on out here. And keeping an eye on this pairing coming up shortly on the start line. Chris Lumias coming down in the fourth race engineering lane for Super Sedan finals. And we go over to the Summit Racing lane. Sean Mayer coming over from Mangaboon, New South Wales. He's made it into the final window this weekend. Let's take a look at this. The index for our Chris, a 9.980. We go back over to Sean, the driver of the Holden HP Tirana. He's got a dial in of a 9.18.
Okay, looking over here, the presentations. The runner-up here today for Junior Bike, Lawrence Rochella, has got his trophy sitting down there as well. Absolutely well done.
Well done here, Lawrence.
Great work
well
for Lawrence, mate.
Here we are.
Super Sedan not carrying it all. They're just going to head down the track in a couple of moments. Great work to Lawrence Rochella. Picks up a silver Christmas tree at the Spring Nationals. Great work once again here at Dragway at the finish.
And I'll just quickly go to the final right now for the Super Sedan guys out here. Chris Lumias and Sean Mayer. Who's going to be the winner, the final and the runner-up for Super Sedan Eliminator? Of course, this weekend out here, the Aeroflow Sportsman Championships finals. Let's have a look and see who's going to take it. Three stage lights are on. Lumias is in green and green. Well done. Back to the presentations. Okay, Junior Bike coming our way for the presentations down here, Matt.
Yeah, looking down there on the start line, as we said there, Lawrence Rochella taking Junior Bike. Great work. Awesome stuff once again, Lawrence Rochella. Great work out there to Junior Bike. Taking out the runner-up here.
Well done to young Rochella. Yeah, what a great young lad too, I can tell you that. I can see some gold hardware coming up shortly also, man. Here we go. And there we go. Congratulations. South Australia, put away Colin Griffin from Victoria. Well done here, Robert, 9.92 for a winning time. What a great drive at the same time. And Colin Griffin at 9.94. Both are almost identical in the reaction, a 0.17 and a 0.16. But the South Australian was victorious. He takes the win. Colin Griffin for Victoria. He's runner-up. Let's move on now. Bikes, the two-wheel variety coming our way, Matt, as you work down there and record everything for the results. Let's take a look at these guys coming our way.
Oh, great stuff once again, as you said.
Okay, over to the Summit Racing Lane. It's Sean Ricketts from Castle Hill in New South Wales. And we go to the Diamonds. Then the guy in the bullet lane, 8.71. We go over to Sean from Castle Hill. He's got a dial
9.24. 0.53 handicap going to go to Sean Rickers down here in New South Wales, folks. Who's going to be the gold and the silverware in modified bike here this weekend. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's have a look. Waiting on Jamison. He's trying to really lightly stay to get a good hole shot out here from Sean Rickers. Who's it going to be? Let's have a look. The head down to the bum up. It's going to go, yes, Sean Rickers from New South Wales at 9.31. He's the winner. Runner-up, Dean Jamison from Victoria and Casterton at 8.82 on the 871 diving. Brilliant reaction coming out of Sean Rickers down there, mate.
Okay, we've got a bit of congestion lined up down the return lane for our presentations out here this afternoon.
It looks very busy down there. Have a look at Henry Street.
Wow, we've got our top door slammer winner and a runner-up down there as well in the A final here today. We've got our Super Street winner and runner-ups coming down the return lane there somewhere. So, man, we've got... And bikes for a bit longer as we move on to modify.
Right, yeah, we'll move on to modify the eliminator for the final out here once again this weekend. Of course, the Aeroflow Sportsman Championship, and this is the final for this event. Let's take a look. They've come a long way in modified eliminator. We go to Corey Dyson from Coolmore in Victoria. He's down in the summit lane. He's got a diving, 7.730. We go back to Daniel Caranza from South Morang here in Victoria, the A-modified dragster. He's got a diving of a 7.07. So the handicap's going to go to Corey for Summer Lane. 7.66 diving handicap. About a tree, about a line and a half down there on the start line for Corey. Right, both drivers coming in, Matt.
Yeah, good stuff once again. Looking down here on the start line, Daniel Caranza and Corey Dyson. Let's have a look and see. Both A-modified. Only thing difference is one's got a bigger engine and a lower ET. So he's got a lower dial in naturally. So we'll see how we go. But modified eliminator. Well, will it be Corey Dyson? They're both from Victoria, or Daniel Caranza who goes home with a gold piece of
They're dancing on the start line. Well done to Corey Dyson from Kilmore and Daniel. But still great running for a runner-up position here this afternoon, Matt. Wow, it's all happening out here at the same time, folks, as the next pairing is coming out here on the start line. This is going to be, of course, coming up from these guys out here, Dave Foster, and, of course, the Mustang driver, Shorley. I'm talking about the 57 Chevrolet from Murray Bridge. Righto, Paul Partridge, keep an eye on the fourth Mustang down here. What a burnout coming out from Dave Foster. He goes about quarter track out here, so good work coming from him. Righto, reversing up. Much shorter, in fact, pulls up before the start line. So great work coming out from Newport and waiting on Dave to come back, of course, on the right side of the start line down here. The final coming up with Top Sportsman Eliminator.
Okay, here we go, Top Sportsman indeed. Let's have a look and see the way the cookie's going to crumble. David Foster, #1 qualifier, finds himself in the final. Paul Partridge qualified quite highly in #3 on board the Mustang, finds himself in the final.
Absolutely, Paul Partridge has got a .55 handicap. He takes off first. Foster is going to chase him down, and Dave is really good at chasing competitors down the racetrack. It's going to be a great drag race for the final of Sportsman, though, and Paul Partridge coming over from New South Wales. He hasn't come a long way for nothing. He'd love to go home with the gold hardware here this afternoon. Let's keep an eye on them as they go in that pre-stage. David Foster at 2:38. That's going to cost him the drag race. I believe the win does go to Paul Partridge from Arcadia Vale. Well done to the team. He'll be wrapped with that there, Seth. Well done, and some great driving on the weekend, and they're taking home the silverware.
Dragway in Tasmania. You will be the winner.